We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Well, if only education actually educated us.
What?
Oh, it's Ridley, by the way. But it's only like getting a college degree. It was actually super useful. It's really not as useful as it should be.
Dave Ridley, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was you for a second there. The phone connection isn't great, but it's okay. Dave, I'm really glad you called, though. I'm not sure what you had to what you were calling about, but I need to hit you with something you were not expecting. But I have to ask you because I don't know if you heard if you were listening after your last call in as Bitcoin Gandhi. But that day here on the show, your call set off quite the discussion. Some people, and this isn't me saying this, I defended you on this, but some of our listeners felt that your portrayal of the Bitcoin Gandhi character, because you do the voice when you call, some people felt that it's racist, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to respond to that.
Yeah, I'm glad they said that because it just draws more attention to what we're doing, and that was calculated before the event started.
That's honest.
So I calculated that in, but yeah. Thank you for asking. One of the genius of the Gujarati people is that they are not much given to complaining about people imitating and admiring them.
Okay. So from that standpoint, then that would be an explanation of why it's not. Because what I said, what my position on this, Dave, and Jenny had said this as well. My argument with those who said what you were doing is racist is that you are not doing it in any way to denigrate or to mock or make fun of Gandhi or of Indian people. Certainly, but rather out of reverence for Gandhi. That's how you came up with the Bitcoin Gandhi character. And of course, you really threw yourself into it. And while I'm personally not into cryptocurrency and all of that, I admire that you really went all in with Bitcoin Gandhi. But my argument was that your character of Bitcoin Gandhi was done out of reverence and kind of an homage to Gandhi, and you were not doing it in any way to satirize or make fun of Indian people, certainly in any way. So that was what I told everyone. But I did get some pushback from listeners on that. So I like I said, I wanted to give you a chance to address it.
There is another answer to that question, which is not as strong, but it's still useful, and that is that the person who played him in the 1982 movie
Ben Kingsley,
basically an Anglo guy, Ben Kingsley. He's tiny a bit Gujarati, but the one of Gandhi, there was some controversy about that at the time, and the Kingsley supporters, I think, won out because Gandhi's old friend came out of the woodwork to say, no, Gandhi was a multiculturalist. He would have loved the idea of an Englishman successfully playing him.
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
Matt, I think you both had good points, you and Hopwood, though. And I think Dave Ridley is not a racist. I'm going to say that. I don't think he's a racist.
Right. And by the way, John Hopwood also said that. We should clarify for you, Dave. John Hopwood said he doesn't believe that you're a racist. He just felt that what you were doing was racist. But so I just wanted to clarify that. Go ahead, Gonzo. I didn't mean to.
The argument was the character doesn't work with the accent, which is true. You can't do Gandhi without an accent.
Right.
And Dave Ridley's not like a professional, improv actor, so he's gonna do a cheapened version of Gandhi, which is kind of what makes it a shtick, and people should know that from the jump. This is a shtick. Well, it's not that offensive, and he's not like changing his skin tone to mock it. He's not doing anything like that.
Right.
But I see John's point too, where it is we're not Indians. So we don't know if it offends us or not.
Yeah. Well, but Dave Ridley might take. I would not have.
Dave Ridley's an ass. Okay. Just kidding.
No. We like Dave, but although Dave might take issue with the word shtick, I would not characterize it that way. What say you, Dave? Is it shtick?
It was an act of desperation.
Oh, explain.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've been cut off from the media. We were reduced to, or maybe elevated to, calling talk radio to get news out because the mainstream media will not report what New Hampshire liberty activists are doing or going through, at least not much.
Yeah.
And although we have large numbers of activists now in New Hampshire that are libertarian, we are being silenced and muzzled, and also having our people taken out in a legal sense, and that pushed some of us to desperation. And when that's starting to happen, when people start getting desperate, they start doing bad things sometimes. So I wanted to do a desperate thing that led the way toward desperate constructive action.
Mm-hmm. So when you talk about the
remember, this was a violation of the federal regulations. What I did, I was expecting to go to jail or be fined later, and I may still be fined and sent to jail later.
Oh, you mean showing up at these government buildings to present the grievances?
Well, you're not allowed to go to property and distribute handbills. That's illegal, and I've been arrested for it before.
Oh, okay.
That's
what? Exactly what we did today.
Handbills?
And they decided not.
Bills. Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I didn't know what you said. You can't distribute hand something, and I didn't hear the last word.
Handbills, yeah.
Bills, okay.
Yeah.
It's a violation of federal regulations to distribute handbills on federal property, and I was arrested for doing it in 2007, doing the same thing, handing grievances to federal officials.
Yeah.
But this time they chose not to make an immediate, reaction. But that doesn't mean it's over. And it was, obviously it was grueling to do this, and I knew people would know that it was grueling. You wouldn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, and Gandhi didn't want to do his salt march. But we were hit so hard with all these Bitcoin raids that something had to be done.
I don't know. You're saying that you and Gandhi are cut from the same cloth?
Oh, I don't think he's saying that.
Well, they wore the same outfit.
That would take some hubris.
He probably spun his own. I can't claim to have done that.
Right. Jenny is in the chat room. She says, I think it's safe to say he is a professional activist, and doing a character, especially in a peaceful walk, is not racist. Rocky Huber says, racist, no. Tasteless, maybe.
Matt, this just in.
Yes?
Not a racist.
Not a racist. Well, you're right. Well, but even John Hopwood, like I said, John Hopwood, who was very critical of you, Dave, after your call the other day, he said he doesn't believe that you're racist or have racist intentions. He just believed that doing the Indian accent as Gandhi was racist. But like I said, my argument with him was, and this is kind of an argument that I make in a lot of these instances, is I think when we talk about these things, context matters and intent matters. And unfortunately, to a lot of people, those things don't matter. But to me, they do. So, and those are two things that I take into account when, kind of digesting these things. What's the context of it and what is the intent of it? So
that's a lot of things people can't wrap their head around, though, Matt.
That's true.
To dig deep into a instant reaction.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. What were you calling about, Dave? Did you have something specific on your mind?
Yeah, the Henniker post office.
Well, another New Hampshire crypto problem with the feds. And I've called in about earlier incarnations of this problem before, but this is kind of an update. You've been following the federal attack on library.com?
No.
That's a New Hampshire-based cryptocurrency, which is, they've developed an alternative to YouTube, which is actually pretty functional now. And you actually get some viewers. It's not too bad. And it has different finance models that are better than YouTube's. Anyway, there's all these great things about it. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty good operation, and it's based in New Hampshire. And the federals came after them right after they came after the Bitcoin users, the Crypto 6, the Bitcoin sellers or whatever. They have set up, but I called about this before, didn't I?
This sounds familiar.
Very familiar.
Yeah, this is just background. But the new thing is that they are on a crusade of their own, separate from the Crypto 6 crusade, to try and protect cryptocurrency in New Hampshire. And their case will probably set a lot of precedent. But they have set up a URL now for their purpose, their mission, which is it's helplibrarysavecrypto.com.
Okay. HelpLibrarySaveCrypto.com. Gotcha.
However, hopefully they've gotten everybody covered on any misspellings, but normally they spell their URL as LBRY, so it's LBRY.com.
Oh.
So the URL is HelpLBRYSaveCrypto.com.
How do you spell library?
Well,
yeah, I know, exactly. That's the problem. LBRY.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
LBRY. Okay. All right. Very good.
Now they run another platform. They run the Odyssey platform, which is also difficult to spell, and that may doom them unless they change their name or something. But again, they're very functional, very useful, and they will pay you to copy your YouTube channel over to them.
Yeah, Odyssey I'm actually familiar with, and the only reason I stumbled upon Odyssey was there's a gentleman named Jesse PS who does a show online called Pod Awful, a bit of a controversial figure, but he's got some stuff up on Odyssey because he got thrown off of YouTube. So
He's just like,
yeah.
So have you taken the money, Matt? Have you gone to Odyssey?
I have not.
Yeah, I did that in I moved over in 2018. I mean, I still put stuff on YouTube, but I copied my channel in 2018.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, that's smart. And you
think.
and well, yeah,
Maybe it's 2019, but anyway, go ahead.
And actually, I would advise anyone you should do that anyway, because you don't know when you're going to you might be deplatformed.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, we've all got experience with big companies that kind of they outcompete small companies, drive them out of business or whatnot.
Yeah.
But they don't abuse the world afterwards, right? Like the last time I was abused by Walmart was never, right? I mean, it happens. They're not perfect, but basically, there's a lot of big companies in the U.S. that behave responsibly even after becoming almost a monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
The worst of them, the one that is the exact opposite of that, is Google. At least in the form of its handling of YouTube. It's the worst behavior I have ever seen from a company once they attained monopoly status.
In what way? Because
the widespread deplatforming and the way they abuse viewers by interrupting the video every 3 minutes to show you the same ad you've already seen 50 times.
Because Google runs YouTube, obviously. Right.
But you can pay $10 a month and not have that, right?
I think it's more.
I am not going to pay that extortion money to that.
Well, that's
the
your
one
decision.
corporation
Don't
in the world
complain
that
about
had a
it.
"Don't Be Evil" model had to get rid of it and become the most evil corporation on the planet.
Then skip now. Then skip now.
Private company though. They have
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They have a right to run it how they want, right?
I'm gonna hit it. Oh wait, it lied to me. It's still at 4.
All right, Dave. Did you want to mention Ridley Report or give us a website before you go?
Well, I'll just say Bitcoin. I'll plug BitcoinGandhi.net instead. If people want to follow the controversy or whatnot, it's just BitcoinGandhi.net because New Hampshire is not Washington's pet.
All right, very good. All right, thank you for the call, Dave Ridley. We appreciate it.
You're welcome for the call, Matt Connarton.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. I'm really glad Dave called because I've been wanting to discuss. This is probably a crazy joke. I've been wanting to discuss that with him the other day. The controversy.
No, it's true.
Or controversy, as they say in the BBC.
It's good to let him give the explanation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.